Hey man, clean your desk. Look at it all cluttered over here with petri dishes full of snot. What are you trying to do, Alexander? Discover penicillin? We're talking about happy mistakes today on Diary of a Small Business Owner. Maybe you know the story, maybe you don't, but look, it was 1922 and Alexander Fleming was a slob. He didn't keep his desk nice and clean. He had a cold. He put some snot in a petri dish. Who knows why? He's just that kind of guy. Left it for a little bit, came back, and discovered that the bacteria was growing in different ways. In fact, some of the bacteria wasn't growing at all. It had been stopped from spreading. He spent the next several years trying to figure out that phenomenon until finally in 1928, penicillin was discovered or invented. What a happy mistake, turning that slovenliness into something that humanity now can't live without. This past week, I made two mistakes here at Batch. That happens when you run a small business. I want to tell you about both of them. Mistake number one. At Batch, we like as much as we can to donate to our local community. So we make available to any 501c3 organization our products so they can use in their silent or now virtual auctions. Well, months ago, somebody had written and asked for a gift or a donation, and they wanted something that back when we had a retail store, people could walk in and use. So in that case, we mostly do gift cards. I had emailed our team and said, hey, let's help these guys out. Can you create a gift card for $25 for them? They'll come pick it up, auction it off, raise some good money. Didn't think about it again until last week. The winning recipient of that gift card sent us a note and said, hey, I'm ready to redeem this. I know you don't have a store anymore. How can I do it? How do I pick out $525 worth of products? And I said, what? I don't think we've ever issued a gift card for over $500. I checked my email. Lo and behold, yours truly, in telling the team, hey, can you create this gift card for $25? I had typed an extra $5 in there. So the person, thinking they had bid on some awesome amount and won $525 of awesome stuff, was ready to cash in. And look, I could have told them, hey, sorry about that. It's a mistake. I don't care what you pay the charity. I hope they're doing fine with your money, but we're not going to honor it. Mistake. Peace out. But I didn't. I owned it. And I said, you know what? You're right. I meant to say 25, but I said 525. So yeah, tell us what you want. Go shopping. Go nuts. We'll honor it. Lo and behold, they were nice and understanding people. They actually spent above that, and they said, we'll be back. We love the service. So chalk it up as a marketing expense, I guess. Mistake number two. At Batch, we really pride ourselves on a very high level of service. Sometimes we push ourselves, our operations team, our vendor network to really delight a client. And so with that comes delivery deadlines. We can often push those, be aggressive with those, impress our customers so they come back again and again. Well, last week, we promised gifts by a certain date because they were doing a virtual event, so they needed things in hand to their people all over the U.S. We had a supply chain issue, but we still honored it. So we told them, hey, look, we're going to give you guys some overnight shipping. We'll upgrade that because we want them there on time. We promised that. And initially, we could look at that and say, oh, my God, we're not going to make any money on this deal. We got to upgrade all this shipping, even though we get some great rates. We got to get them there. Hey, that's what we promised. It's what we're going to honor. As it turned out, based on where everybody actually lived, or where these gifts were going at least, we didn't have to send them all overnight. And the additional cost came out to only about $300 or so, a very small percentage of the total deal. The good news, once those boxes went out, one of the first recipients wrote us the next day and said, I love these gifts. I'm planning my own event. How can I order something similar in high volume? Mistakes. They happen, but they don't have to happen to us. And they definitely don't have to be the end of the story. As a leader, as a manager, I'm more concerned about my team's batting average, their shooting percentage. I don't expect anyone to bat 1,000. I don't expect anyone to make every single shot they take. In short, I don't expect anybody to be perfect. In fact, I tell lots of people on our teams, especially when they have a new idea, I say, try it. We can make any mistake once. If you start making the same mistake over and over again, then that's a habit, that's a routine. Then your mistake actually becomes your performance. That's not what we're after. But you never know when a mistake can turn out, if you want to learn from it, can turn out into something bigger and better. Had a conversation with somebody this week too. They asked me, hey, what are you guys doing with Batch? What's the big dream, the big goal? We've got a lot of them here, but one thing I say often is we're trying to build a 100-year company. We want to be a great retailer of American small business made items. And so to do that, you have to take the long view. And I analyze deals time and again. I look at transactions and measure them for efficiency and profit margin, absolutely. But I'm not appalled. I don't throw up my hands in the air. I don't fire people. I don't pack it all in just because we have one bad deal. I look at that and say, what is it that we can learn from this and move forward? Because ultimately what I'm looking for is forward progress. I'm looking for progress, not perfection. It's great to want that. I always praise our teammates who are chasing perfection, but I remind them it's a great goal, but it's an unlikely destination. And instead, what we want to do is learn from those mistakes, big or small. Number one, so we don't repeat them, but number two, so we can turn them into something else, something better after the fact. So if you're a small business owner out there watching this, I hope you make mistakes. I hope you make a lot of them, and chances are you will. Even if you're not even a first-time, second-time, third-time entrepreneur, you learn from those other mistakes. New ones are coming, friend. I know it's not the promising news you want to hear. Unless you look at your mistakes and you do the right thing with them. Because you can do one of two things with a mistake. You can run from it, or you can learn from it. And the resilient businesses and the resilient leaders are those who are willing to sit there, look intently at that mistake, examine it, prod it, poke it, make sure they don't do it again, and then use it as a stepping stone to what's next. So here's to screwing up.